Welcome to the AI bubble. By now, it's obvious that AI is the new gold rush. Every founder wants in, every investor wants to discover the next big thing, and every company is looking for ways to become AI enhanced. But here's a plot twist that nobody expected. Michael Burry, the man who predicted the 2008 crash, just placed $1 billion bet against NVIDIA and the entire AI boom. Not millions, but billions. And if the guy from The Big Short is betting the AI wave is overheated, maybe it's time we stop celebrating every AI startup and start asking why most of them are destined to fail. Today, I'm going to break down the 5 brutal reasons that the AI bubble is forming faster than people think, and why 95% of these AI startups won't survive the correction. So let's get into it. Reason number 1 is that they're building features and not companies. So I want you to ask yourself this. If your entire product is just an API wrapper or a really pretty interface built on top of ChatGPT's, OpenAI, or Gemini, that's not a real startup. That's a shortcut. And shortcuts can get replaced instantly. If your innovation can be copied in a weekend, your runway is already over. For a business to succeed, it requires depth. It needs layers. It needs distribution and customers and a reason to exist. Most AI startups today are just features with beautiful branding. I know because I just went to an AI conference and I could see it all over the place. Everyone's just trying to do the same thing. Reason number 2 is that the economics just don't make sense. Everybody's talking about AI like it's magic, but nobody's talking about the bill. Training models is super expensive. Running them costs a fortune, and scaling them requires a ton of capital and energy. So unless you have massive usage, serious distribution, and full control over your entire infrastructure, you're not building a high-margin business. You're just burning cash to run an AI machine that eats money for breakfast. And most founders have no idea how brutal these economics actually are until they start building and start iterating. Reason number 3 is that most startups are optimizing for fundraising, not customers. And this one hurts because I kind of wanted to do the same thing. Most AI founders today are building pitch decks, not businesses. They're crafting a story for investors, not a solution for customers. And the funding hype gives them permission to skip the one thing that actually matters, which is profitability. Sure, the financial projections sound amazing, and honestly, it's super easy to get funded because every investor wants to invest in the next big thing. But the truth is that often it's all sizzle with very little stake. And when the funding slows down, the company often doesn't have the backbone to support its growth. Reason number 4 is that AI moves faster than most startups can build. This is the silent killer. You could spend months building your innovative AI feature, you craft it, you polish it, you engineer it to perfection, then one morning you wake up, refresh your feed, and see the announcement that ChatGPT and Gemini now offer the exact same thing for free. AI is evolving so fast that most startups get outpaced before they even get a chance to launch. It's not that they're bad ideas, it's just that the speed of innovation leaves them behind. A small startup can't outship $1 trillion AI lab. You're not competing with other startups, you're competing with frontier models that evolve weekly, and that's a race that's impossible to win. Reason number 5 is that the AI bubble is very real and that it's already inflated. Now let's go back to the part that everyone should be afraid of. Michael Burry didn't just casually short NVIDIA. He didn't take a small contrarian position. He placed a multi-billion-dollar position against the AI boom. And if you're not paying attention, you definitely should. Why? Not because AI is bad technology, but because the market psychology behind it is identical to every single bubble in history of humanity. Overvalued companies, founders raising millions with no products, startups with zero revenue getting multi-billion-dollar valuations, investors throwing around money at buzzwords, FOMO just replacing logic, hype replacing fundamentals. It's honestly exactly like the 1999 dot-com boom, the 2008 mortgages crash, 2021 in crypto. It's the exact same cycle with a brand new costume. Burry isn't betting against AI, he's betting against irrational exuberance. He's betting against the hype, not the technology. And historically, bubbles always do the exact same thing. They reward early hype, then collapse under their own weight. When this bubble resets, 95% of startups being celebrated right now are destined to fail and will disappear. Again, it's not because the AI technology itself is bad or overhyped, but because the business models never made sense in the first place. The contrarian truth is that AI itself is not the problem. The problem is how founders are trying to package and position it. Everyone wants to build the next OpenAI, but the real money, the generational money, isn't in shiny unicorns. It's in the boring, unsexy industries that desperately need transformation transformation, like logistics or healthcare or real estate. How about manufacturing, even finance, education, operations? The list goes on and on. The founders who are using AI to quietly dominate these niche spaces are the ones who are building empires, not the hype chasers, not the API wrapper founders, and not the people launching 2-week MVPs and praying for acquisition. The real winners are the ones building durable, revenue-rich, AI-enhanced companies that solve real human problems that will continue to exist. If you're building an AI startup just because everyone else is doing it or because it looks like a shortcut to wealth, understand this: the gold rush is temporary. The hype cycle is fragile, and the correction is in fact inevitable. But the founders who focus on building real, durable, revenue-rich businesses powered by AI, not defined by it, will be the ones to own the next decade. So if you're done chasing hype and ready to build something that actually lasts, I invite you to subscribe and join the GetEducated.ai community, because the next era won't be won by hype chasers, it'll be won by the architects. So join us and let's build something timeless.